night, depending on what time olunaku olwaleero. Tubalamusizaako mwenna bannayuganda abali mu diaspora, abali e Kampala, abali Kenya, abali wherever you are. Tubaniriza olunaku olwaleero. Temumbuuza bingi nti leero lwaki omukyalo ono alabiseko ku mukutu gwaffe. Waliwo ensonga lwaki alabiseeko. So omugaso gwammwe gwa to let the public, to let the community nti omukyala ayina not vibe, ayina ebigambo ebizimba eggwanga atuuse. She's other than Natoolo Lydia. People in diaspora, you know her very much. Ne mu Uganda mumanyi kujja kunti munnange simanyi lwaki abantu abagezi nga mmwe mwekweka mubeere eyo ne tusigaza bano bamama bidomola, bamama sadolini, things of that kind bitwana mu ggwanga. So Madam Natoolo Lydia tukwaniriza kyekumanyiko kimu, the former president of UNNA. Kyokka kyemmanyiko ebisigadde ajja kweyogerera. Tuliko Untold Story. Why is it Untold Story? Because she has a lot in her mind. Program, to a political education program, to sensitization, girl child education, boy child education, and things of that kind. So no she will be with us every Saturday at the same time, same station, maybe different presenters, but she'll be the same person. But I think she'll be still new by God's grace. Mama, tukwaniriza kumukutu, the Flashlight Channel Uganda. Good afternoon. Winnaje muli. Tubaniriza mwenna bamuli musiza kikaaki naye nga mwebale okujja. It's your time.
Thank you so much, Pastor. And I think in my heart, I am so blessed, Okulabanti. I'm having a dialogue with the pastor. Era manyi kino ekintu kiri mu Katonda. A doctor.
Yes.
Because I'm also in the medical industry. But I'm so blessed. You know, I was connected to you through a friend, and I know it was an opportune time for me to actually start to speak about the things I want to speak about. Kati abantu nga mmwe, Mukama yabawa ekisa ne mutandikawo these dialogue spaces. Abantu nga ffe twalina ndowooza okubitandikawo naye ate ne tutabitandikawo, but I'm so blessed that I'm here and I'm present with you. So erinnya lyange amanya n'eddoboozi Lydia Natoolo neddira nte akabiro ŋŋaali. Ndi mwana w'omugenzi Mutagubya eyeebase erusaze e Kasubi.
Wano okumpi wano gye ndi.
Yes, sebo. Ndi muzzukulu wa Katongole e Bulema e Buddu gy'ali atudde. Ne Kaluma jjajja waffe eyazaala taata naye ali Kasubi atudde. I am a child of Uganda. I'm proud of my country. Najja mu nsi eno 20-something years ago. I even failed to count the years. Era nga bwe nkugamba nakulira e Kasubi, twakula mu mbeera nga bw'omanyi era n'abaana baffe gye balimu, gye bakuliramu. Nze I'm not afraid to say, tetwalina masannyalaze awaka when I was growing up. Tetwalina masannyalaze, tetwalina mazzi, running water. We did not. Era nga tugenda ku luzzi lw'e Buule bwe twakima amazzi. Why do I say that? Because everything I've gained in this American system is to show that anybody can attain that.
Oh yeah.
Anybody can attain that. Oshegera. Nobeera like there's some things in my family. Waliwo ebintu ebimu saagala byogerako kubanga bwe mbyogerako some of my family members think oba family njiteeka low, but for me it is the reason why I do the things I do.
That's why even it is called the Untold Story, because abamu bayinza ogamba obayisizaamu amaaso. No, but you're encouraging me, telling some that it is possible. Now ali wano ne wali, it is possible for you can do somewhere else next time.
Yes sir. Kati I can tell my American story in a heartbeat. Najamu America, I started working in 2 weeks in America. Okay. And nenkola emirimu buli omu gy'akola nga zze wano. I kid you not. I was a teenager. I started working nga ne mu family, 2 elderly people, and I was taking care of them. Mvudde maka, I'm the last born of 28 children. 28.
28 children. Wow.
Yes, sir. Kati njagala nkuwe narrative, which is gonna scare my family. Kubanga bamanyi njogera about my family. Ate bo, I'm the only vocal person in my family because of the things I've done. Omanyi the late Charles Sechanzi of Afrigo Band.
Nyizo kanga nainga sitakudako mu kibuga.
Omanyi the late Charles Sechanzi of Afrigo Band.
Yeah.
That's the firstborn of my father. Erora bengalo zo Wednesday wano.
Nange ziteekeko bwenti.
He's the firstborn of my father. Okay? Kati, that's how far I come from my family. Neze Mugalanda. So why do I tell the story that I came in a family of so many of us? So many of us. Mzee Mutagubia was a prosecutor at Kampala City Council. He was the first police to lead at Entebbe Airport. That's where you see my patriotism. Yari first police officer to be cautioned to go and serve in Gulu. Why do I say that? Because I got to know this later when natandika to literally be an advocate for kids in Gulu.
Okay.
And I met somebody when I came in America, Nangamba Lydia. Do you know your father? Yari akola e Gulu. And I had no idea that actually he did. So I got to know about the story in Gulu when I was here in America. I met 3 white kids who did a documentary called Invisible Children. Invisible Children, I'm sure you know that story. So I followed those 3 American young people. They were in San Diego. I was living in Boston. I reached out to them and they were like, Lydia, we have this story. We went to your country. I was like, okay, how can I help? Whatever you can do, whatever you can do. So I reached out to them, and that is how my story started. To be an advocate, to be an activist for my country. This is 2006. 2006.
Okay.
I started working with them, traveling with them. We went to the UN, we went to the Congress, we went to the Senate, we went to Oprah. We went to Oprah.
Oprah Winfrey.
Yes, ma. Yes, sir. We went to the Congress. Forget it. Even Oprah, yes. Oprah, yes. I think Oprah gave us a huge platform. But going to the Congress, it was the first African bill that was put in the Congress. People don't know this, and I think I've been so silent for a minute, and maybe I might apologize to my country. Ate banji nyo bankuba. When I ran for president, ne baje ne bankuba, ne babba kalulu kange, ebyo tujja bijjako. We'll get there. We'll get there. But we went to Congress. It was the first African bill. Think about all the countries in Africa. I kid you not, because I was there. This is 2006, 2007. Tatuli kubina ebiriwo kati kubanga enkofiira olaba nina engule yange. Ekyo tugenda kiddako nakyo. But 2006, I was a foot soldier alone. Our people in the diaspora were afraid. Everybody is afraid to talk about things happening in our country. And I'm like, why are you afraid? Abana babata, abana babatemaka amagulu, babatemaka amatu, babatemaka ennyindo. Like, I didn't know these things were happening. I did not know. I did not. But the minute I knew, I was like, you know what? Narimuto. I was like, I'm going to speak. The only thing I have is my voice. Nengamba banabana bazungu, what can I do? They're like, we just need you. So I started going to, they had events in high schools, in universities, Richie. I started going there. Nebagamba, you know, there were white kids. Nebagamba, no, we are not going to listen to you until we get an African or a Ugandan to say it's true. There is literally people being kidnapped in northern Uganda. And
Linda, kankubuze mukato now. I'm not sorry to interrupt Natoolo, Lydia, the president, the former president of UNNA. So kugamba bwalaba nga abantu abasalako emimwa babasalako ennyindo emitwe mu northern Uganda, what came in your mind?
And again, I'm going to tell you the truth, which is the truth. My truth, which my family kind of, Chibaluma, we did not have a television in the house. Growing up, we did not. So I want to tell the truth and my own truth. Kati, when I'm America and I see the stories of these white kids, I was like, what do you mean? Abana, babasaraka emimwa, babasaraka amatu, and I don't know how graphic we wanna go, cause I know a lot. Nina, so many of my friends, I call them my friends, my brothers, my sisters, abayita mbintu bino bye baba bakola. Omwana ow'obulenzi ne bamukola ebintu ebitagasa. Omwana ow'obuwala ne bamukola ebintu ebitagasa. Ekyo nja kireka awo. If you want me to describe, tetugenda ki describing kati. Okay? But you understand what I mean.
Episode
Yes, sir.
Okay. Neka tukasaba kitegedde.
Yes,
abana ab'obulungi babakolaga ebintu ebitagasa n'ab'obuwala. Nenga temumbuuza nange ebitagasa ki. People know. Banabitegeera.
Babimanyi.
Kale.
Babimanyi. Oba oyagala mbinnyonnyole nja kubikunnyonnyola naye not now. Nedda. Nyinza obinnyonnyola, but people know. Abakimanyi bakimanyi. Kati nkugamba nti omwana ow'obuwala ne bamukozesa ekintu ekitagasa. What do you understand about that?
Kati kitagasa kati nganza atali Muganda mba sibitegedde. Ebitagasa mu ngeri emu oba endala.
Bakwata omwana ow'obuwala. I have friends. There are many of them. Ne bakwata omwana ow'obuwala ne bamugamba agende ku taata we. I kid you not. Those are stories I know. Ne bakwata omwana ow'obulenzi ne bamugamba agende ku maama we. Or else bagenda mutta. Those are stories I know.
And you even ask yourself, what could be the aim of that? Aiming at what?
Nga bamutadde ku gunpoint. You either do this or not. Naye fenna tumanyi, I don't know whether you know, the story in Gulu was a political war. Chetuliko kati in Buganda. Chetuliko kati in Buganda. So if people don't understand that these wars have been traveling from left, right, and center, like lack of a better statement. Ate, nze nkugambye ompise president wa UNNA akalulu kange bakabba boss. Kubanga
tumanyi ng'omulonde gwe balonda era ng'omukulembeze Robert Kyagulanyi nga bwe bamuba ye president gwe tumanyi.
So it is sad. Ate kiruma okulaba nti ebintu bino tubisekereramu, like we don't even have to laugh about it, but be sad about it, but also figure out how can we change our country, how can we change the minds of our people. Kubanga Lydia Natoolo, I am one human being. Naja mu America, I was a teenager. Nempulira the story of the kids in northern Uganda. I traveled for a week n'abaana abazungu across America, and we ended up on Oprah show. That's why I told you about the Oprah show. I don't want to give myself credit. Nabane ku ssomero nengamba I was in university nengamba abasomesa bange, you know what? There's something happening in my country I didn't know. Can you give me time to go and work with these young Americans? They don't they don't even live in my country. But if they care about my country, how about me? Kati, that's how my journey started. 2006. Go back and recollect those years. Kati wensanga principal waffe. 2006. That's when I started. Ngaze mu UN, ngaze mu Congress, Senate, ngaze ku Oprah, ngaze mu community. I was the vice president of Ugandans. First of all, in California. I live in California. Then I went to be the vice president of Ugandans in the diaspora, UNNA, as you know it. Then I ran to be the president. Nera Kuba by then. Nganyambala enkofira yaffe. Akalulu ne bakatwala nga bekwata.
Bakakwatamu.
But at the end of the day, we as people, we must do what is right. Tulaba ensi yaffe, nze nkugambye my background. I told you the short story of my background, you know. Era baganda bange bajja kulaba nkugambye mbu ate biki, you know, they always tell me, Lydia, toyogera bintu bya family. But the truth is, I came from, I didn't come from a rich family. I did not.
You came from the grass to grace.
I ended up being a student body president in the United States of America.
Oh.
The first Black female president. First Black woman female president in a university called University of California in Irvine. I don't take that for granted. I don't.
Dinda kawe kansoke mfune kawe. Lwaki amsuka tumulemu kawe tuyongere kawe nti You are the first, Uganda said the first guilty president.
Woman.
Woman. What are you with?
Black. African.
African. Abaliwo Bright, Agnes, Kawoya, you invite the friends, Mujamurioko story warm. Invite the friends and let them that we are available. And the repeat will be on Sunday, not on Monday.
Yes. Tugenda
kuddamu next week. But I'm saying this the same video will be repeated.
Okay.
They send the repeat.
So I tell you this, that njagala okugamba omwana we Uganda, omwana w'ensi yaffe, nti it's never too late to be who God has prepared you to be. Okay? Ate n'ensi yaffe buli kimu ekigenda mu maaso naffe abali eno tukiraba. And we're fighting. We're on the front line. Muyinza okuba temundaba mu mitimegano, but I'm always there. I'm always there. Nga bwe nkugambye, I was the vice president in UNNA. Nga bwe nkugambye, I ran to be the president of UNNA. You know, akalulu ne bakakwatamu awo mpola mpola lwakuba nali nyambala kakofiira kafa ka red. Pretty much. UNNA Museveni yagiwamba oba baagala bajje bankime ate tebamenye bagenda kunkima. But it is what it is. These are the truths we need to talk about. We need to talk about this truth, you know? Akaluka UNNA tekakyalimu magezi. Nothing. Bakakwatamu, bo bennyini beberondera ani agenda okubeera omukulembeze nga ebigenda mu Uganda. Oba bagendera kufuna mama wange bagenda bamufune. Bajja kuba bulungi. I'm just saying. Because it happened to me. But it's the truth. Omuntu bw'otayogera mazima, it hurts you. Kati mbadde nkisirikidde for a couple years. But what do you do other than telling the truth?
You know, everything has its own time. Yeah. But if time has come for something, it has come and it has happened.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And people know. A lot of people know the truth.
Yeah.
A lot of people know the truth. I ran for my presidential campaign. I traveled 10 cities, 10 states. Omuntu gwe nali nfugana ye, she did not even go to one state to campaign. Ne munange, obuli bwavaayo nga yasinze. Awo ogamba ki? What do you say?
Now you let it go. You let it go for time being. But now when Jagal, it's okay. Odeko Katono ku your activism in Gulu in Uganda. How did it end? You didn't conclude it.
No, in Gulu, what we did, we literally raised awareness in, as I told you, tugenda mu UN, netugenda mu Congress, netugenda mu Senate. Era nga bwe nkugambye nti we were the first people to bring a bill on the floor in the House of Representatives in the US and in the Senate. Okay? The first African bill to be presented in the US. That is something to reckon with. Okay? So, what happened then? Chovulaba, have you ever heard anything happening with Connie in Uganda?
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard the Connie things of that kind.
Did you hear Connie is doing anything anymore?
Nowadays, I don't hear anything, but what I heard last... apparently, there's nothing.
Yeah, because we put we put sanctions on him. We literally made him not do anything to come in Gulu. And again, that's political. That's another story to talk about. That's another story to talk about. Koni Tarieka, he's working with other people. I'm telling you. It's political. Tujja kyogerako, boss.
Okay.
Believe me. So why do you think now we may have a civil discourse? Why do you think Koni went silent? Why?
Mbadde manyi bamutta oba yafa oba yalagawa nange zinga
Koni is
simanyi.
still alive. He's in Garamba Forest. Garamba Forest is in Chad. Go do your research.
Okay.
Garamba Forest is in Chad.
Okay, that's it. So apparently, Natoolo Lydia, I've seen you in several posts when you're demonstrating. I've seen it several occasions when you're doing something, maybe demonstration. My question is, what is the relevance of all those kind of demonstrations you've been doing?
Are you talking about the people power demonstrations?
Yeah. And been appearing all the time.
Yes, sir.
I've been seeing.
I am a Ugandan child, okay? Born and raised in Uganda. Nze kati okulaba embeera eri mu nsi yange, and I don't even lift a finger to do anything. It's a shame.
Oh yeah.
Era Munaganda yenna abeera awo nga you cannot lift a finger, even to say something, even to speak something. It's a shame. So that's why. Era nga bwe nkugambye nti no. Why would I run to be a president of a university in America? I ran my campaign. I won. I won the campaign, and why couldn't I also represent my country? Kyonna ekibeerayo ne mbeerawo ku bantu bange bali ku UN ne ngenda ku UN, bali Washington ne ngenda Washington, oba bali mu community ne ngenda mu community. So siyinza kubeererawo ate abantu abalala ne neerabira ensi yange. Uganda raised me, and what is happening in my country hurts me. Siyinza kubeeraawo boss, simanyi oba omanyi bingi besides Gulu. Nina eddwaliro lye naliraba mu monitor in a newspaper. I was actually in college. Nendaba nti omuntu yampereza, a notification. Naga Lydia, and it was a white person, by the way. Nangamba Lydia, I read this. There's a hospital in your country, Tainamazi. I was like, what? Kumi, I've never been in Kumi. I've never journeyed to Kumi. I read the article, and that's what killed my mind. Nengamba, what? Oh, wow. Nafuna the next ticket to Uganda. Nengamba mama, my own mother. Nengamba mama, nzija Uganda, nengenda kulaba olunaku lumu. The next day, I'm going to Kumi. Mama nangamba Kumi ononyeero ki? Nengamba muganda wange, listen to me. I'm coming for a mission. There's a hospital. Terina Mazi. I want to find out. I am in the medical field. Nze bw'ongamba nti eddwaliro terina mazzi. Like, it does not make sense to me. Era ne ngamba mama nzija, naye mama sijja kulaba. Ngenda kulaba olunaku lumu, and I'm leaving. Nina eddwaliro lye ngenda okulaba. Mama nangamba kale, nansabira mukazi wattu. I went with my brother, ne tugenda ku ddwaliro. Needless to say, it was truth. eddwaliro libadde operating for years nga terina mazzi, and that is where my activism started beyond ebyeggulu kubanga kati kinate kyampampingamu because of me being in the medical field. I'm like, eddwaliro libeerawo litya nga terina mazzi? How?
Now, Lydia, let me tell you what right now, currently, when you get kati essaawa zino, tulina amalwaliro omutali njeyo, tulina amalwaliro omutali mazzi, omutali toilets, omutali kugamba kabuyonjo, things of that kind. Omutali bikozesebwa apparently. Naye n'okuba omulanga n'ogamba please kindly eddwaliro terina ABCD. By the way, kankwenda kano oba wakalabako of recent. Tulina eddwaliro wano kulirya gavumenti emmese zaali omwana omutwe. This here, I think because it's going to be repeated, they will edit the program and they'll play it again. Emmese zaali omwana omutwe. Wano kawempe wano kirudde. Reason tetumanyi. Amasazi ne gavaako abaana ne bafa. But no media reported this. Kakati bogamba mutali mazzi. Kati just imagine obuyonjo bw'eddwaliro bunaaba butya. So, when we have this kind of discussions, no, these are patent issues that where the government has not given any hand. It annoys, it pains. Let me give an example. Currently, right now, I have an organization, Flash It Initiative. We've been just my friends from the diaspora from different areas. Pads. Kids are not going to school. Reason, omwana kugamba nedda sigenda ku ssomero because mbadde n'omusaayi. Banda banga alina omusaayi juzi n'agaana okuddayo okusoma kuba atya okuswala. Kati neebuuza weyabba tulina wano abantu abatugamba nti tugenda providing pads all over the country. They've never done anything. So when you talk about that, those things have been happening in Gulu. Indeed, kati Gulu byavuddeyo biri mu Kampala, biri Jinja, biri mu West. It is everywhere. Twebuza tugenda kuddawa. So I'm trying to confirm the other nti your demonstration walabe ensi yonge eri bubi and you demonstrate such that change can be created at the end of the day. We totally support you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Genda maaso.
Njagala okuba omulanga okugamba abantu baffe bonna, it does not matter oba omuntu avudde mu Uganda, people might be watching from Kenya, people might be watching from Tanzania, because we're East African community now, people might be watching from Rwanda. Bw'olaba ekintu ekitali kituufu, it's okay to speak up. Nze gwe mulama gwe ndiko, it's okay to speak up. Going silent, you become part of abo abatulugunya, you know? Bintu bingi tuyinza okwogera. Kati case study tuyinza ogenda Uganda, okay? Abaana b'abantu bali mu makomera. Like, truth be told, why? Abantu babawadde positions mbu bajje abaana mu makomera. Okay. Abaana basomye, they've graduated from Makerere University. Naye bali ku street tebalina mirimu. Why? We need to talk about these issues. King Saha alina oluyimba lwe yakubye. Mukwano gwange. Singa si Kiwanda lukubye. King Saha alina oluyimba lwe yakubye. Ne Chameleone alina oluyimba lwe yakubye. Those are the two songs.
Bazeri Katonda.
Osaga. Oraking Saharo ate lugenze waggulu nnyo. There is something happening in our country, and I pray njagala abantu baffe to realize the magnitude of the change coming in our country. But the change is going to come.
Abalugamba lutya?
Oraking Saha. Ekigambo kigamba oba tuwagire oba something. It's his new song. But my point is, can we as a country, can we as a community, can we as a people focus on things that matter?
Nkawulidde bagenda kakasa eyaddala tuwage. Kale abatuliza mwena mukyali ku Untold story ne Natoolo Lydia ajenvudde mumuwulidde mwana muna Uganda nzola ya wano byayiseemu byebyo family mugitegedde kyakozeko kyekyo. Today tuliko episode 1 nga agenda kutubulira how far she has reached with her activism. Atuseewa akola mulimu ki muna Uganda amufunamu atya, omwana omuto amufana atya, young boy child education afunamu atya, girl child education agenda kifunamu atya. So please don't give up. Tujja kubanga n'omukyalo ono. We are yet to give you the special date when I'm going to be with her, but we totally appreciate your time. Abasinga, they don't give time bagamba sina byakukola nina ebyokukola sijja koga, but inga bwagambye at first nti once you know the truth, talk about it, encourage others, and that's the only way to go. Yeah. Ngomaliriza olunaku olwa episode esoose.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate your time and the platform. Ate njagala abantu baffe bonna nga King Saha bwe yatugambye tuwage. Ndoza message mugifunye. Tujja gyogerako next time around. Naye nga gyonna gye kiri, I love my country. I always say all the platforms I've had. Era bwe tunajja wano boss nja kuwa obalage abantu. All the platforms I've been on, I've been everywhere. Naye nga buli wengenda mbagamba I'm a proud African child. Lydia Natoolo. Awo wengenda okusirika, and thank you so much.
Okay, tumirako nange emikono gyange gyonna abali mu Boston, ondabirako Uncle Kabuye Boston n'abasigadde wali mukwano wa Mr. Rogers omundabirako, ninako ne mukwano gwange mulamuyita Nico Rogers osinaye bali eyo, bonna mubandabire bagambe tubagala nnyo anytime. Sijja bagamba nzija byaffe afuke ba rubber dubber style, naye ng'ekikulu kya byonna muwage because ebadda bye bakola byonna ensi yonna ebiraba nga bwe nabagambe at first. There is a document gye naguddeko ey'omugenzi Jaja Nopu. Just I didn't take it serious.
Yes. I'm so sad for his demise.
Yeah. Document eyo ng'erimu information gye bakola 1992 15th of March. The document erimu all the missions ez'abano abantu chairman yono mwennyini kawejumbira planning master plan of ruling Uganda for the next 50 years.
Oh wow.
So that document He didn't know, but I think information is power. Because yes, I've read the document, I've seen all the actions, plans to about plans to kill people, all those things and that book. I didn't know. So nesimanyi oba babikola accidental oba babyerabiranga bo abo simanyi, but that document will yet the world will see, because obigwa kunosanga document somewhere nogamba nemle mtuje ebirimu nsi. That's the
Let
world
me
where we
tell
are.
you something. Let me tell you something. Why do you think the Bible is the Bible? Tetwali war 3,000 years ago. We were never there. Newali abaliyo. And they wrote those scriptures. They did. So we need to learn. Chovolaba, they call it history. We need to learn. But we don't learn from things abantu abaliyo bebawandikako. We don't learn from history. And that's why our world is what it is. We don't learn. We keep repeating the same narrative. We keep repeating the same narrative.
Nenga, it's unfortunate that in for Uganda, bayigamu butayiga.
Of course. Chingamba, we don't learn from history. We don't. We don't.
And we have to learn from history.
We must. We must. Tuvera bintu biddamu. Like, tujagamba tani, president ani. Same narrative.
Akatalekeka.
Yes, sir.
Omanyi tugamba mu Uganda muna apparently mwawatali ku ground wachife tuli ku ground omutanda tanalabika Masaba naye tanaba kulabika n'abasigadde bwe batyo. So mutekeko komulanga tulabe nti how can we help our people above the world. So kindly, I'm just reminding my fellow Ugandans, wherever you are, please, we are still demanding our people above the world. Nama wali mu diaspora can do the same. That's my submission.
I might as well add to your voice. There's a, tulina abantu baffe in different spaces. Washington DC, they go to riot. UN, they go to riot. In communities, I was just in Boston, Massachusetts, with a town hall meeting, and netwogera n'abantu era Honorable Waiswa yabaddeyo in Massachusetts naye yabaddeyo. So embeera naffe tugiraba egenda mu nsi yaffe, and we're not silent about this. And some of us are not actually afraid to show. That's why I'm wearing this. We're not afraid. We're not afraid. Era buli omu amanyi ndi wa people power. Era kyova olaba, embeera bagiteekawo mu kalulu ka UNNA, and it's okay, but it's not okay. Naye byonna bijja kushuka. Byonna bijja kukyuka. So I'm telling you that our people in the diaspora, we have a group of people, we have dedicated people, we have people who honor their country. Tulina abantu baagaliza eggwanga Uganda okubeera mu mbeera ennungi, and that's why they're advocating in the UN, in the Congress, in the Senate. They're writing, they're calling, they're on Twitter. Ebyo byonna nja bigamba, abakulembeze bonna obamanyi, byonna nja bigamba, era tujja baleeta. Maybe next show tuleete diaspora leader, tumuleete wano, twogere ku how we've actually evolved what we're doing. Era ne president waffe Kyagulanyi, I'm just saying. Era tujja kuleeta diaspora leader wano, naye abeereko kyayogera nga tuli ffenna wano, And I want to encourage abantu baffe tetemugwa mu maanyi manye embeera si nnungi, which actually hurts us. Bw'olaba enguudo zifloodinze, emmotoka zigenze mazzi, abaana babasibye, like there's things that hurt us, abantu bakuba amasasi in broad daylight, ebintu ebyo kati ngaffe. Remember I told you natandika ku situation ya ggulu, kati bw'olaba ate bi happening right now binzijjako wire, like in a sense of kale sigenda kuwoggana, but it's been a journey of me learning how do you advocate, what do you do, how do you write letters, how do you communicate to leaders in America, how do you even communicate to leaders in Uganda. Nze sijja kukisa Kumi hospital, Atuturi hospital, but you was 600 million shillings. Baba bagana okwegana, it's on record, because I went to, he once was Minister of Health, Ruhankana Rugunda. I went and advocated for that hospital because I know what advocacy means. I went to Honorable Ruhankana Rugunda's office and I told him, how can a hospital cannot have water? How? Nengira mudwairo nga libunya, abaana bali ku ttaka, abalwadde bebase ku ttaka. For me, it was inhumane. Nali sikikkiriza. I was away from Uganda for almost like 15 years of my life. Kati nze nayingira mu Uganda nga mpulira ennaku, I'm like, what? Ne naawe eddwaliro ssente ezo ne bazivulunga bwe bati. Ebisigadde tujja byogera kubanga it became part of a family affair, but that is some other thing we need to talk about. Nti abantu baffe abali mu ministerial positions bagenda babawadde ssente from the government ne baziteeka in their own family. Ebyo tujja byogerako. So I want to give you the pleasure to... Yes,
I'm trying to letting these people in the section comment about government. Are you sure? Are you sure? Sure of what? Be realistic. It's called over Mr. over Mrs. whatever. Wherever Elijah, you are saying, are you sure of what? Yeah. So that's it. So kakati ekyokubiri era nga tugenda. What do you think of the sanctions of these people they've put into Uganda as Speaker of Parliament? You as a person, what comes in your mind?
Personally, I want to speak as me that what people must be careful of what they do. The law is the law. At the end of the day, the law is the law. Okay? So sanctions are put out there because of what is happening in our country. We cannot put a blind eye on what's happening in our country. We can't. So whoever thinks mbu kale tugenda to look the other side, for what? For what? People watching. People watching. So bonna bakulembeze bakulebe bakola. People watching. People watching. And the world is watching too. The world is watching. That's all I can say.
Obudde obusinga tugamba ebirungi bigwa byokya. Tujja kutandikira awo, nenga don't forget to subscribe and share our content all the time. And whatever we're doing for the good of our country, not for the You see, Natoolo, wherever she is, she's okay. But she feels uncomfortable when she see our country, ebinya, amalwaliro, kwegambe na kweri mu ggwanga. No, whatever, bino tuli mu bikola, twetaaga ensi ennungi. Our children, maybe our grandchildren, wetaba tufunye maaso awo, baleme kugamba nti bannange n'ensi gye mwalwanirira, bino bidde bye muyitamu. So, naffe tujja ne tuleeka ebitabo byaffe ne tubiteeka eri mu kabada whatever tubiteeka, ne tweyambula ne tudda wansi mu bantu. Olina akugamba njaga kikomando oba n'ebitano n'omuwa. Bw'oba tolina omugamba tugumire wamu. Si kwa nti toyagala. It's because you don't have the capacity at that particular hour. So, Ugandans, let's rise, let's join hands together for the good of our nation. Kati abantu baffe bonna bawambiddwa, abantu bali mu makomera for nothing. So why don't we rise up? Simanyi oba mukulembeze w'eggwanga ono omufuzi atufuga essaawa zino oba talina matu. Ebintu abo simanyi aba mugamba nti kintu kimunyumira. Sibitegeera nze byaddala. It's too much. Abantu bali bubi. I'm telling you, people are crying every day. People have nothing to eat. People have nothing where to sleep. People alomusha gonal benga batutte ennyumba ye. Simanyi to these infries over zana leero. We are in the country where our leaders are deaf. So we don't know where we are heading. What you have to do, to know kweyambula. Kino ekikolo mu tulimu ennaku zino. Akunkumire nnyabo. Akumira takumira mpeera mbere bulungi mwe n'Abannayuganda babaddeko. Mwerawo. We sign out.